I'ma pull up just to look, just to stun. Cat, all in your brain. I'm going Batman, I'm going bang. Come with the bang. What you gonna do? 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 I'm finna.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Here's the former Auburn kicker Daniel Carlson to get this one started. And we are underway from Ford Field. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Now 2nd and 9. Here's Hurts to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. Now Hurts changing up the play. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley. 61 yards. And the Eagles march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. First carry now for Alexander Madison. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it as a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Throw left side, pulled in by Tucker. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll leave it with a 3rd and just a yard. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Ritter off the play fake. And that is incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. Trying for it on 4th down. Here's Ritter. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Working from the gun, Ritter. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, the great coach said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Looking to throw once more. Here's Ritter. Looking deep in the direction of Abdullah. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Come on, set. Yellow.
On play action, here's Ritter. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Zach Bond in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. They're going for this. Here's Ritter. Room to maneuver at the 35 and down to the 28-yard line. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Here's Ritter. It's Myers again with another catch. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jacoby Myers, 28 yards. And the Raiders respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know.
Hurts going to move him around. A first down carry for Barkley. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Over the middle to Smith. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. And now an audible here into something else. Hurts sets up to throw it. That is caught. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 34. They'll try the right side here. Barkley stopped by Jacoyan Bennett. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On the end around, here comes Smith. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Flush to his right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. This is 2nd and 8. Throwing is Hurts. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Hurts. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles have taken the lead. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And not what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Now 2nd and 3. Ritter back to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Ritter now. He goes underneath to Abdullah. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end down the left sideline. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30.
Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Another throw coming up here for Ritter. That complete to Shorter.
And they'll get this down to the 10. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Now 2nd and 5. Back to throw, Ritter.
And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Here we go. Yellow.
Sticking with a passing game. Here's Ritter again.
And he held on to it too long. A coverage sack. Down he goes.
You wanna try to beat the force, I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you a little piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you a little piece, wanna see some more.
Don't be afraid of the bounce. See when your things levels got changed, you get mouth. How can I walk in doubt? Never let
Philadelphia is known for having some very vocal fans, and nearly 70,000 of them are letting their voices be heard already. Welcome inside Lincoln Financial Field. Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And away we go at the link. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Mahomes starting off with a throw. That one finds Xavier Worthy. Keeps on moving into the red zone. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take a 6-0 lead right away. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. So after thinking it over, they're lining up for 2. Mahomes throwing for 2. He rolls to his right. And this is going to be caught in the end zone. Love the aggressiveness here. They're already up 8-zip. Reed now to kick this one away. No return as this bounces into the end zone. The ball's coming out to the 20. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
No touch that. Crown left Yanni. Crown left Yanni. No touch.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Crown left Yanni. Crown left Yanni.
That's complete. Here's Brown. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 36-yard line.
No touch.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Working quickly here.
73. 73.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th.
Great. Set. No touch.
On 4th down, Hurts. He connects downfield on 4th. One of their biggest plays of the game, and it comes on a 4th down gamble.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom, connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, Drew, I love that.
The Eagles inside the red zone for the first time. They've got 1st and 10 from the 20. Handoff headed right, Barkley. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 16-yard line.
No touch.
Here's another carry for Barkley. And he's brought down for a loss. Offense up to the line fast.
A loss of a yard on the play. Brings up 3rd and 7.
No touch.
Barkley gets it on 3rd down. And he's stopped out at the 16 after a small gain. The dose of the hurry-up offense here.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Silver, set. No touch.
Hurts now on 4th. No place to go. They get him to the turf and force a turnover on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything, and boy, did they ever attack it.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Shotgun handoff to Piron. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. They're set up at the 35 now.
Yellow.
1st down throw, Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Travis Kelce. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the 1st quarter. About set for the 2nd quarter. Chiefs football here. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Yellow. Easy.
A counter give here to Pacheco. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And he's out of bounds, just short of the 30.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. Well, it looks like the defense jumps just before the snap there. Well, whether they intended to run the play or not, it doesn't matter. They drew the flag, and they've got themselves a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, so many times you get to these 4th and shorts, and you know that defense is antsy. You're reminding yourself as a quarterback in that huddle, hold your water, guys. Hold your water, because this defense could get jumpy, and they just did.
Offense in the hurry up here. Here's 2nd and 11. That's complete. Isaiah Pacheco. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City. Pacheco gets it from the gun. And he will get this to the end zone for a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs grow their lead just before halftime. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Well, Brock, he found himself some space to work, and from there, wow, all athleticism as he made his way into the end zone.
You got that right, Kate. Just that speed. You got to have some different gear when you get down here to the red zone. It's hard to score rushing touchdowns, and that running back sees the open space, he sees the green grass, and he finishes it off with 6.
Well, they really have this defense on its heels, Brock. Still the opening half, but a couple of touchdowns now, and a perfect 2 for 2 on 2-point tries.
Yeah, this defense, they're picking up the scraps. They're not doing anything well. This offense, though, they sure are. Scoring touchdowns and then 2-point conversions to top it off. You know, part of the reason you don't see this a lot, Kate, is you only have so many 2-point plays in the arsenal, and they're using them here very early.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Great, set.
From the pistol, Hurts. Able to find Dotson here. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap for Hurts. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
Great, set. Well done.
That one's out and cut on the right side. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Hey, easy, 63, bad. No touch.
Goddard makes the catch. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
This one finds Goddard. A solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. That one gains 7. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
63. Kyle up, Yeti. No touch.
Hurts throwing again. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw when you throw it that deep outside the numbers that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
And it looks like he went out of bounds right at that 7-yard line. He was too far downfield at the time of the pass. Got to stay within a yard of the line. That'll back him up. So now, after the penalty, it's 1st and 15.
Good. Set. Tiger swamp. No touch.
The ball's out, he lost it. And it ends up out of bounds. A small loss on the play, but they do, importantly, keep possession.
Oh, you know what, Kate? That defense right there, they thought they had a huge play until they saw that ball bouncing out of bounds. One bounce in just the other direction. They're off the field. Instead, well, they're on the field. They got to shake it off, though, and keep this offense from the end zone.
No touch. Set.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Alpha.
They kick the running back in motion.
No touch.
Here we go, 2nd and very long. And it looks great flying through the air, Bronk, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Great. Set. No touch.
Hurts now from the gun. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. And the Chiefs get the football on the first turnover of the contest. A timely interception for them there, Brock. That drive sure looked like it was headed for at least 3 and maybe more.
And that quarterback wants that throw back so much so. You could feel it right when he let it go.
Yeah.
That was a route they've been working on, and a lot of offensive effort goes by the wayside as the defense finally gets itself off the field.
They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime. Mahomes on 1st and 10. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go. He was looking DeAndre Hopkins' way there. And now they face 2nd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go. He can't hang on to the pass. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
They're going for it with Mahomes. Completes this one to Rice. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. First down, ball at the 36. We're looking to throw. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked up by Quinyon Mitchell. And the Eagles are stopped on that return. So that interception is going to be the final play of this opening half. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Reed now to kick this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Great. Set.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he found some running room for a nice gain.
Hey, let's go.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
63. Out.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
They go to Barkley again. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. Working quickly here.
King. Call up,
Eagles, first down.
On 1st down, Hurts. He's got Smith. And that's good for a gain of 5. Trent McDuffie getting there for the stop.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 35-yard line.
Hey, Silver. Don't touch.
On the play fake, it's Hurts. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. And this is picked up by the Chiefs. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Rice, the motion man right. And they corral him well behind the line of scrimmage.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And the Eagles take possession of the football. Well, Brock, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception right there.
We know that no lead in this league is safe ever. A 1-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. They all seemingly come down to the final possession anyway.
They get it right back. That's intercepted. And the Chiefs return the interception almost to midfield before the tackle's made. Oh, my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a 3rd in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball. because these secondaries are locked in.
And that play backfired. He's brought down way behind the line.
Any tackle for loss hurts, Kate. They hurt that much more from a defensive back. Those guys typically are better in coverage, and you got to find a way to make them miss in the backfield.
They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here. Kansas City sends out its punt team. And this one is away, and he got all of it and then some. That one hits at the 6, but can't check up. It gets into the end zone for a touchback. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Hurts trying again on 2nd down. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Trent McDuffie in to pick it off.
This is a time with the communication upstairs from the booth, Kate, down to the field. It starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field, because right now, with the 3rd interception, man, he is killing his team.
Punt team on, and they'll send this one away. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He's throwing deep to the left. He's got it deep downfield. That's a 38-yard play for him to move the sticks.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
1st down throwing for Hurts. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw, almost an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That one way too far up there, they can't connect. No connection on the last play, and out 3rd down. Back to throw, Hurts. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Devontae Smith, the intended target. And now they're staring at 4th and long. They'll motion Brown right. Oh no, they get him yet again. Justin Reed has the INT. And the Chiefs have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day. Oh man, Brock, somebody, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense up to the line fast. After the sack, another pass on second down. Finds a seam down the middle. Touchdown, Kansas City! The Chiefs making a 3-score game in the fourth. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Reed now to kick this one away. And this one bounces into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback out to the 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Great, set.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Trying to find A.J. Brown. And it sets up second down.
Great, set.
Throwing here, Hurts. Taken in by Smith. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. They're set up at the 35 now.
Great, set. Hey, 73.
They motion the slot man right. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. A gain of 5, and that brings us to the 2-minute warning. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. A play fake, now Hurts to throw. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Motioning left is their running back. Hurts with it on 3rd and short. That's caught for the first. Hits the 20. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles making the scoreboard look a touch better. Eagles offense staying out there. They're going for 2.
Will set up for the 2-point conversion.
It's caught. And he's in for 2, so don't write him off just yet. I know the chances are slim, but still a small one in this 2-possession game. Well, don't look up at the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Wow, they're going to pass it here. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Picked off Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles have some new life in the fourth.
Well, I'll admit, man, I got to admire the guts, the willingness to continue to challenge the coverage, even with 2 interceptions already. But there's his 3rd strike. And no, it's not baseball, but he definitely has to be smarter with what he's doing with the football.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Has a man. It's Brown. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Nick Bolton has it. And the Chiefs take it away once again. The 5th time they've intercepted in this game. The team total is now up to 5, Brock. 5 times they've picked this offense off.
Say it a 3rd time for me, Kate, would you? Twist the knife for all the fans of this offense watching at home.
5 interceptions in one game. You just got to marvel at how well they played in coverage from start to finish.
Yeah, this goes beyond marveling. This goes to best-case scenario in their game plan. This is one of those special games where absolutely everything is clicking. These defenders, it's like they're seeing the entire field in perfect 20/20 vision.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43.
Yellow.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. That's Worthy running the slant. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their 1st. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10.
Yellow. Come back.
Throwing now from the gun. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Picked out by Quinion Mitchell. And the Eagles have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day.
4 picks, 1 game. Hey, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
Great, set.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Go Silver, ready?
They motion the tight end over. From the pistol, Hurts. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Silver, set.
Putting the tight end in motion. Throwing now. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Watson. And the Chiefs have it once again after yet another interception.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen of him this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead to additional miscues. Please, for the love of God, take this man out.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the one he was looking for. So 2nd down coming up.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Yellow.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Caught near the goal line. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
So after thinking it over, they're lining up for two. Mahomes throwing for two. And that one's caught. Add a couple more on to this massive, some might say insurmountable lead here in the fourth. Well, got a little history for y'all now. That is their fourth conversion this game. That ties the NFL record in a single contest. Boom. You're not supposed to be able to do this 4 times in a game against an NFL defense partner. How have they pulled it off?
Yeah, I hate to sound cliche here, but it's so true. When I'm watching this execution, Kate, it's everybody. It takes all 11. Heck, it takes the calls on the sideline, too. You don't make NFL history unless your team is all on the same page.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
No touch that.
Running back sent in motion.
No touch.
On 1st down, Hurts. That pass complete to Goddard. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. So as we all recover from that last play, it's 1st and 10 near the red zone. On the play fake, it's Hurts. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. Trying to find A.J. Brown. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
2nd down. Hurts throwing again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The timeout's taken now as we have 1, possibly 2 snaps remaining in this ball game. Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Hurts now from the gun. And they pick him off again. Trent McDuffie in to pick it off. Along the right sideline, there's space. And forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to downtown Detroit and Ford Field, the home of the Lions. It's Jake Elliott ready to get this one kicked off. And off we go from Ford Field. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On play action, Goff. Down the field, he's got St. Brown. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. On 1st down, it's Goff. That's hard. And he's into the end zone. Rock right. Touchdown, Lions. Well, fireworks right out of the gate here, Greg. It only takes 2 plays to put 6 on the board, and they do it with a big touchdown.
Mike, each week when we talk to teams, they emphasize how important it is to get off to a fast start. Well, this team, they took it to a new level. 2nd play of the game, big touchdown, they strike first.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. First carry for Saquon Barkley. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Hurts now. Got a man. It's A.J. Brown brings it in.
It's a gain of 25 yards. 1st down, Philadelphia.
They'll run it to the right here with Barkley. There he goes. Inside the 30. Oh, the ball is out. Oh, he gets it right back. The speed on display. He's in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Big play out of the running game as the back accelerates all the way to the house for the rushing touchdown.
And, Mike, when we talk about burst, that's what we're talking about. And they told us all week, be ready for this guy. He's got something special to him, and that long touchdown there is exactly what they're talking about.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. They'll go play action with Goff. It is caught left side by St. Brown. He's taken down just shy of midfield.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Goff to throw on first down. Catch is made by Wright. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
That's good for the Lions. First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
On first and 10, here's Goff. That is caught. And he's in. Rock right. Touchdown, Detroit. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions will move out to a 14-7 lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Hurts to the air on first down. He finds Devontae Smith. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Man in motion is Smith. I'll run up the middle with Barkley. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Third and short, and Hurts will throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch, and now fourth down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up, and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
They'll run for it. Wait a minute. A reverse. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter.
14, Eagles 7.
Here's first and 10. To throw, Hurts. That's over the middle and intercepted. It's the linebacker, Jack Campbell. And the defense finds the end zone. Great work inside by the linebacker, who takes it back the other way for the touchdown.
Yeah, and he just never saw the linebacker in the middle of the field, Mike, and the quarterback was locked in on his receiver, and once that ball came out of his hand, I think he wanted it back.
The kick is good. However, there is a penalty flag down. The defense might have gotten a head start. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's the former Memphis Tiger, Kenneth Gainwell. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. Second down throw for Hurts. Open man is Smith. He's got him. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. A run with Gainwell. And he'll keep the drive moving. He's got the first down up to the 45. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. This one is intercepted by Carlton Davis. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. Hit as he threw it, and the pass is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. On 3rd down, they go with Gibbs. A tick under 2 minutes until halftime. Greg and I back from Ford Field in Detroit in a moment. A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on 4th down. They'll try it now with Montgomery. And he's going to have a Lions first down. They find a way to convert on 4th and 10. To throw is Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And he's going to be taken down. Well, here's the chance to cap off a great half. They have it 1st and goal. Here's a run. Only a yard there. Tackle made at the 5. Here comes 2nd and goal. The Lions call their first timeout. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this 2nd quarter. One more time with Montgomery. And he'll get 3 yards here, down to the 2-yard line. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go until halftime. Once more from the 2, 3rd and goal. They'll run with Montgomery. And he's going nowhere on this one. Met and dropped behind the line. And now it is 4th and goal.
That 3rd down stop, Mike, now changes the entire approach of this offense. You're thinking to yourself, all right, it's 3rd down. Let's run it on up in there. If we don't score, we still have 4th down in our back pocket. But now the defense takes you back for a loss. So what do you do now?
They'll go for it. Here's Goff. And this is caught. Wow, the decision to go. He And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A third touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
A gain of 14. First down, Eagles.
Hurts will work here from the pistol. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Taking a shot downfield for Smith.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And for the third time in this first half, he's been intercepted. It is picked off by the rookie safety. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, Mike, once again, this drive, it ends the same way their last one did, walking off the field, following an interception. Now, you're hoping this is more momentary struggle than it is a trend, but as hard as it is to do, they need to get calmed down. They need to reset because their offense cannot operate at a high level if they don't have confidence in this passing game.
From the gun, it's Goff. A throw complete to Tim Patrick.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Goff. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell. And the Eagles will take over here at their own 12.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Man in motion is Smith. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. That's over the middle, complete to Brown. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. On the handoff, this is Barkley. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. It's a three tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down. Once again, it's Barkley. Good running there. He's got the 1st down inside the 30. Now it's Hurts. This one to his big tight end, Uzama. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. Here's a handoff to Barkley. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5. They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. Not much room to speak of. He'll take this to the 11. 2nd down and 8. A run with Barkley. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. Now Hurts. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Ifeatu Melifonwu. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of play. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Throwing, Goff. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Now, Goff. He's got his tight end. That's Laporta. And they're going to move this one all the way up near the 30-yard line. Goff gives it to Gibbs. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
Two minutes remain in the 4th quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Goff with the give to Montgomery. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Hold on. Check.
Goff to throw. This one is going to be picked off. It's James Bradbury. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. Elliott on now for the PAT. He's got it. And the Eagles are able to edge a bit closer.
Eagles 14.
This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Well, that recovery certainly makes things a little more interesting, but you're still down 2 possessions, so you've got to work fast, score quickly, and then line back up and recover another one.
This is 1st and 10. Man in motion is Brown. They'll drop to throw. He's trying to find Saquon Barkley coming out of the backfield. And it'll bring up 2nd down. They send him right out of the slot. Off the play fake. Hurts. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
John Dodson was the intended receiver there. And it's going to be 4th down.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter. So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
One of the things that makes him one of the best receivers in the NFL, Mike, is his ability to create separation downfield. He makes it so easy for his quarterback to not only find him, but to constantly create a nice throwing window like he did right there.
On 1st and 10, here's Goff. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. And maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average. And frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Here's a handoff to Montgomery. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
Goff to throw on first down. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. And that will lead to a second down.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
A second down throw for Goff. That's caught by Gibbs.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
This one all but over. Here's third down. Goff. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10. Man in motion is Brown. On first down, it's Hurts. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. So the Eagles will use their first time out here. They stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. On second down, Hurts. He's going to air this one out, looking for Dotson. And he's going to be marked down, bringing it all the way to the 25-yard line.
Defensively, you put so much effort about defending the middle of the field. You know that's the valuable real estate every offense is looking to attack. But what does that do, Mike? It makes you a little susceptible to the throws outside the numbers, and it leads to a chunk play.
On play action, Hurts. He's got it at about the 8, and he'll be taken down. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one's decided. Not sure they needed to take the timeout, but we'll take it with them. So it took just 3 plays, but just like that, they have first and goal. Here we go. One final play. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So
That's how I be happy. Just for all my not a band. For my ladies on stage, they clapping. Transaction, cause your mama need a mansion. Get crackin', put them in it. Can't forget the yellow brother in. Shed so many tears, lost 100 friends. Every time I see them, I'ma need that. Believe that. Label tryna give me feedback, tell me bring the streets back. Fans said they want 2015 Vince. Drop big fish, cuz been weak since. Damn, tell me how you really feel. Yeah. All I wanted was a couple mil, make the city proud.
Built on the side of a former piano factory, there's been plenty of music made on the field here in the decade since it opened back in 1998. Welcome, everyone, to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And we're off from Baltimore. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry, and he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a first down.
Second and 6 coming up here. Lamar off the play fake. Complete, Derrick Henry. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Third and 4 coming up now.
Middle.
From the gun, a run for Henry. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Play action now with Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Lamar now from the gun. Completed to his running back. Now he's past the 25. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens start the game off right with a 6-0 lead. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. So that right there, Brock, exactly what you want to start off a contest.
Opening drives are such tone setters. You come out flat as a group, maybe go 3 and out. Sometimes there's a carryover effect, but here they were sharp, they were crisp, and they grabbed the early lead.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. They crush him right along the 20. That is where their offense is going to take over. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Hurts comes out throwing. His first throw is an interception. Picked up by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens have the football back just shy of the midfield stripe. Well, for their sake, partner, I sure hope the rest of their pass attempts this game go a whole lot better than that, because it is pretty clear this defense came to play.
And I can promise you this, Kate, nowhere on that opening script does the word interception ever appear. You never want to see an INT. Now they're going to have to flush it. That's the key here for this quarterback in the offense. Got to flush that mistake and press on ahead.
The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you'll really break the backs of a defense.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Go ahead. What is shot? No, we changed it. 180. Report.
Running once more with Henry. Who swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Jacoby Dean in on the tackle. They manage a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Yo. 180. What is shot? Hey, Ozzy. Sit hot. Middle. Sit hot.
Now Jackson on 3rd down. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
That's cut beyond the marker. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. What a call. They wind up with 12 on 4th down and pull off the conversion. That big 4th down call is how we close out our 1st quarter. 7-0 is our score. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back at beginning of the 2nd quarter, Ravens in possession. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown. The Ravens parlay the interception into points. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. Tucker able to tack on the extra point. And the Ravens double their lead to 14. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone. So the football will come back out to the 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown there. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Timing is everything in life. And timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
Intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up 3rd down. Hurts now from the gun. On the move. Headed right. Oh, he's going to run for it. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. They'll run for it with Barkley. That's a 1st and even more past the 40. He crosses the 35. And he finally ends up out of bounds after a huge gain. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? Gets him the 1st on 4th down. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. Again, he hits the 2nd level. Is in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles make it a 1-score game in the 1st half. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. The Ravens hoping to grow their lead before halftime. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short? From the gun, Jackson gets everything he has under. That's cut at the 25. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens grow their lead just before halftime. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. Tucker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens double their lead to 14. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with a penalty. They'll talk about a golden opportunity at an immediate first down following that encroachment flag. Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Every offense in the league today, they want a couple of guys on the roster capable of doing this. Players who can line up a receiver, running back, and make plays from both spots. It's where the NFL's been heading for years, and what a great example on that play.
First down throwing for Hurts. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Was Devontae Smith the intended receiver? And now it's 2nd down.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. From the pistol, Hurts. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Hey, I know it's tough to evaluate when you're playing at game speed when there's chaos all around you. But if he looked around, I'm not sure that's a throw he would make again. Even one of the biggest targets, big old tight end, couldn't fight back to the line of scrimmage.
Now Hurts on 3rd and long. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Kyle Hamilton with the pick.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
They're set up at the 35 now.
You are X. Hey. Hey.
On 1st down, Jackson. And down he goes. The Eagles got him. Now Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Trying again following the sack. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play. He was looking for Zay Flowers. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. A draw now. This is Henry. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. The Ravens going to punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Takes it. He lost the football. And they steal it back on the return. He does it. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens get more points to end a lopsided first half. They have him back there because of the incredible things that he can do on punt returns, Brock, but this time he winds up giving the other side their incredible moment.
That's right. As a returner, you've got to field that ball clean first, and then second, keep it secure the rest of the way. There's 10 dudes on that other side. Heck, maybe even 11 if you got a punter who likes to...
And no, they faked it! Running near the 10. And he's into the end zone, and that shows what kind of game they've been having. Even that works for them, and it adds an extra 2 to their lead. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Here comes the final play of our first half. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. No one around. He's got space. He's at the 30. The 10 has the Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
They give it to the back of the zone lead. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Third quarter starts with a run from Henry. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Another run for Henry. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. One's out and cut on the right side. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
On 1st and 10, it's Henry. And he works this to the 38 before going down. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he runs this one down across the 35 and inside the 30. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They are just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And no return here. This is a touchback, and the ball's going to come out to the 20. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Set. 63.
Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And he gets it forward, is still about a yard out of that. It was Marcus Williams in on that stop. So we hit the end of the... They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Straight. Miami. Kyle, let's get it. Yo, sir.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's got Devontae Smith. Keeps it moving. Devontae Smith. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles putting up points in a game decided. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown.
No touchdown.
Will set up for the two-point conversion.
It's caught. And he reaches the end zone on that 2-point try, Brock. This is going to cut it to a 2-score game now. Down 15. Still down a couple of scores after that. They're going to set up for the onside kick. And no dice on this kick. The Ravens recover. And Baltimore finishes the return in the end zone. Touchdown. The Ravens picked up the fumble and ran it home. Ravens gonna give it another go, trying for 2. Jackson throwing for it. And that one's caught. Add a couple more on to this massive, some might say insurmountable lead here in the 4. What do you think, Brock? Can we get dueling kick return touchdowns, huh? Let's find out. The kick is away. This one's gonna bounce into the end zone and will end as a touchback.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Straight. No, sir.
Hurts to throw. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Devontae Smith, the intended target. So it'll be 2nd down.
No touchdown.
A play fake. Now Hurts to throw. Completed here to Uzama. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Slot man in motion right. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. First down, a run with Barkley. Across midfield to the 45. And they'll finally get him down at the 37-yard line. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for an Eagles first down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Escapes the pocket. And he runs out of bounds a yard or 2 behind the line. Couldn't get all the way back. That's going to count as a sack.
You know, that's one of those situations that you have to have awareness. Right? You call it spatial awareness. You got to be conscious of the sideline and just simply get rid of the football. Looks like we saw a slight bit of panic there, hence going out for the sack.
Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. Big gain downfield. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
And he's got a man. Complete. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. Oh, the Eagles are celebrating, and they did. They got that one back. Timing's so important for a team to recover its own onside kick, but jumped the gun there before it went 10 yards, and that drew the flag. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Return it.
Lamar off the play fake. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
You know, ball skills, they're not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
And he gets taken down immediately, right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing for him on that play as we've hit the 2-minute warning. Third and 10. Can this offense get it done? Lamar now from the gun. That's taken in by Henry. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
Kate, that is all about the eyes of the defense, keyed in on the quarterback. Whether it was going to be a run or a throw, that defense was so locked in, they hold him short of the sticks.
On 1st down, Hurts. And that throw just too high for him.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Man in motion here. Hurts trying again on 2nd down. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. They'll empty the backfield and motion him right. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended target. And that brings up 4th and long.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
He connects downfield on 4th. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They kick the running back in motion. Hurts throwing again. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Ravens get the football just short of their 20 after the interception and return.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Hey, middle.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Headed out right. Launching deep down the right sideline. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down. We give to Henry on the inside handoff. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. And it's incomplete, but hey, who cares? They've got the lead, and we are out of time in this one. So in front of the flock of fans in the stands, the Ravens get the win at home. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. So that puts a bow on this one for my partner Brock Hewitt and every...
Man, what a hell of a year it's been. Keep on bluffing, but I just can't win. Drown my sorrows, but they learn to swim. Man, what a hell of a year it's been. Head in a bottle, for my heart in a case. It's getting harder to act my age. Play a sad song on a tiny violin for the man at the bar confessing his sins. I need some good news. Sitting here sipping on cold truth. Nobody knows what I'm going through, but the devil will walk in my shoes. Wish someone told me living this life would be lonely. Trying to get away from the old me. Still stuck singing these blues. All I really need is a little good news. Love keeps knocking, but I just stay home. I ain't picking no flowers for the seeds that I'm sown. They say it gets darker when you're coming on door. Still looking for the right at the end of my road.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the latter when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. "22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance." And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout call. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
No touch that. Crowd left Yeti. No touch.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And A.J. going to pick up an Eagles first down as he's up to the 43.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
A handoff. Barkley running left. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
That's good for an Eagles. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Hey, 73. No touch.
They'll go to Barkley again. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
13 more yards. That's another Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Hey. No touch.
A first down carry for Barkley. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 33-yard line.
No touch.
Up the middle with Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, 33 yards. And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
Here's 2nd and 10. A first run now for Kyron Williams. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman, the ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. He'll take it at the 42. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Eagles 7, Rams nothing.
Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession.
Hey! Good, check. No touch.
Barkley inside handoff. Taken down at the 47-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
No touch.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
$63. No touch.
They'll get their receiver involved here. It's Brown. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
Back at his 48-yard line.
Hey, easy. 63. Bang. No touch.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Now Stafford. That's caught. Puka Nacua. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Milton Williams there on the tackle.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice
trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 80 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
They go play action with Hurts. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones. As a defense, what a nuisance when you look on the other side and they've got a tight end that can run a post route like that.
And you felt the ground shake, didn't you? Oh, even all the way up here in this booth. How about when he grabbed the football? You could see the terror as everyone was thinking, do I even want to try and tackle that big man?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
2nd and 5.
Set. Phil King.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Campbell. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
No touch.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick-6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down.
I would think as a play call, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. Stafford. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Nolan Smith able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up fourth down. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Now Hurts looking to change the play. Running again with Barkley on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Throw right side complete to Dotson.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
This is 2nd and 8. Hurts sets up to throw it.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Here's Hurts to throw. That's to the sideline, and it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
He's got his man downfield. It's Robinson. Down the sideline he goes.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Demarcus Robinson. 63 yards.
And the Rams are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
Point after try forthcoming. And it's 17-7.
Makes the score Eagles 17, Rams 7.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
73. 73. No touch.
Second down, here's Barkley again. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he's going to get this all the way down to the 2 before he's wrestled out. 141 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
73. 73. No touch.
Barkley trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Second and goal from the 1.
No touch.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
From the 33, here's second down and 7. Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee, and he goes out right around the 39. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And 3rd and 1 now. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. Now it's Stafford. He's got his target. That's complete. Down to the 10. Touchdown, L.A. Puka Nacua, 61 yards. And the Rams have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead down to 10, 24-14.
Rams 14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 153 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is second and less than a yard. Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. And Goddard going to have an Eagles first down as he'll get this up to the 32. 2 yards is the pickup, and the Eagles are going to have a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. A handoff to Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Here comes 3rd and the length of the football.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and less than a yard.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
Here's 1st and 10.
Stafford.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
Here's 1st down.
Now it's Stafford.
Pass complete there to Nakua.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Throwing left side, it's complete. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Here's 1st and goal.
White. Ready. Ready, hot.
Now Stafford. This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in.
With no timeouts left, that's a dangerous proposition working the middle of the field. Fortunately for them, that one fell incomplete.
On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. On the jet sweep, here comes Puka. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
All right, just go ahead and say it with me. That was a
mistake,
for
sure.
Without a doubt, because at some point, put your foot in the ground, get upfield, and get down, protecting the ball. Don't go out of bounds, because when you go out of bounds, you're really just helping the defense.
Yeah, not to be too hyperbolic, but it's like giving the D an extra timeout, isn't it?
It certainly is. Gives them a chance to regroup, and it means you have to snap the ball in additional time, which always means the possibility of a mistake.
And shedding through the tackle. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because, remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel.
I just touched down in LA, the Spanish, my favorite. This that G, I keep it playing, so I put it on.